Everyone, today on the Social Investing Network, we've got 3 ways NFTs have proven to be valuable from Niftiest JT Fales himself.
Yes, and we have artist and NFT creator Jay Pierce, who joins us for Freshmen's Talking NFTs, Samuel L. Jackson, and more. Also, you scammers out there, you better watch out because the SEC doubles its staff to crack down on crypto fraud. About time. And Starbucks is offering additional benefits to employees, but just for non-union workers. I'm pretty sure that's going to be cool with everybody, right?
Yes, Zaid and Nicole. So guess what? Stick with us and make sure you watch all the way to the end of the show. Of course, remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and the like button. Let's get into the show right now.
All right, we're going to start the show off today with our interview with Jay Pierce. We're lucky to have one of the coolest artists on the scene. You know, he's known for his urban art style with colorful designs, with bold lines, and he recently came out with an NFT project that sold out within 2 days. So let's just get right into it today, guys, with Fresh Mints. Please welcome Jay Pierce onto the show.
Oh, how's it going, you guys? Thank you for having me.
What's up, man? What's up, Jay Pierce? Dude, first of all, I gotta say, sweet shirt, sweet garage, sweet car. How long did it take you for you to get that car like that? What's that process like?
Basically, with my car, it's like over 50 of my hand sketched designs that I create for T-shirt designs, logo stuff, and all that. So it's over 50 of my designs that are scattered all over the car. It's kind of like some Where's Waldo type of stuff. If you look like at all places, you can find different stuff, but it's literally over 50 of my designs just scattered everywhere.
I'm sure you get a lot of like looks whenever you're driving down wherever you're going. People probably like turn around and look like, yo, is that car real? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, who is that? Who are you? And then when they realize that I do art, then they're like, oh, okay, that's crazy, man. And then it's, you know, it's a perfect rolling advertisement.
Absolutely. That's a very good point. Very good point. Speaking of that, so I heard that you had a great success with your last NFT project. Tell me a little bit about your project, Jay Pierce and Friends.
Jay Pierce and Friends was a collection, is my collection that I just created based off of the goofy characters that I created. When I first started creating artwork, I would do all these weird abstract characters. And so all the characters that are part of Jay Pierce and Friends is basically all inspired off of the pieces that I first started painting and creating and sketching when I first started creating art. And I was 15, 16 when I first started creating art and characters. I'm 33 now. So I wanted to dive back into my past of where I first kind of started with my characters and tie it into the whole NFT space. And it worked out perfect.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And those look like really awesome characters. And what's interesting to me is that, so you started off as like a traditional artist, right? You said you've been doing art since you were 15, 16, some of these characters that you've been working on. And now you recently made the switch over to NFTs. Can you tell me what your original hesitations was to NFTs and then what finally convinced you to try it out?
Well, basically, yeah, I've been doing physical art for like over 15 years, paintings, murals, custom shoes, logo designs, all of that stuff, like custom artwork for a lot of big collectors, everything. And then just this past year, a lot of people are like, yo, man, you got to get into NFTs. You got to get into NFTs. And I'm just like, well, I don't really know like what I'm not, the whole digital NFT, crypto art, or any of that whole, like, I don't know the platforms or any of that. And so basically, to make it kind of short story, my friend that I've known over a decade, we both have the same name. His name's Justin Pierce. And he went to a party in Malibu and met with the guy who runs all of my NFTs. His name's Nick, and his company's called Ownerfi. And they met, and my buddy was just like, hey, I got an artist that would be perfect for NFTs. You know, can you help? And so we hopped on a video call and just made it happen and just created, I thought of my characters, and then we all partnered up and made it happen. But me personally, I was so clueless on how to get into space, and then there was a lot of people telling me like, man, you got to get NFTs, you got to do NFTs. And so I finally found the right person and team to help make it happen. It's pretty crazy.
So when was this? Was this like a year ago or 6 months ago? What kind of timeline are we talking here?
This was about a close to a year ago.
Okay.
My collection launched in November, and it actually took 2 months to sell out. So it launched in November, sold out in January, but in 2 days when it sold out, it did 620 F or something, over
Nice.
600 F. And so, yes, in trading volume on OpenSea. So it was trending for a while. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty awesome to see that. And me and my first time, I'm just like, I didn't realize that NFTs, I thought people were buying NFTs to collect art and digital art just to have, they use it for things. But I didn't realize that it was stocks and like just a whole different aspect of what I totally didn't even think of.
And I think this is like one of the cool things about NFTs, right? Like people are still kind of confused by it, but seeing someone like yourself, a traditional artist, now finding success with NFTs, this gives you more exposure, your artwork to more exposure, and it introduces your art to a huge audience, and people can support you this way as well. So I think this is like one of the cool parts of NFTs. And I think we're just getting started here. We're probably going to see more and more artists. I'm sure you've seen a lot of your artist friends are probably more interested in this now.
Yeah, I feel like too that I kind of help people get into it, because some people are like, I don't even know what NFTs are. I'm like, I'm barely learning, but it's pretty like, it's like pulling Pokemon cards or trading cards.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to get. Something rare. It might be valuable, super valuable, kind of valuable, not really valuable, but the price goes up and down. Just kind of understanding how it is, and then kind of explaining people like how that kind of is or whatever, and me being new to it and telling them like, yeah, I'm doing it, man. It's real. It's not a scam.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I am curious to know, I was looking through your Instagram and I saw a few pictures. You've been rolling with some big ballers, man. I saw Samuel L. Jackson. I think he was rocking one of your shirts. Rick Ross was on there as well. Tell me about that. How you started doing art for some of these celebrities.
Well, Samuel, I messaged him on Instagram. He somehow like seen my message. He hit me back up. I've been talking to him for probably over 2 years now. He's been my mentor. He's been helping me wear all my t-shirts, my gear, spreading my name like he did in Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah.
He's always rocking my t-shirts and everything that I send him on vacation, and just in press and interviews that he does and all of that. And he's been super helpful in helping me grow. And I met him originally, off of Instagram, pretty crazy. And we've been in touch. I talk to him like every other day, and we've been in touch for like over 2 years, and he's been super helpful. He helped me. He just went on vacation and wore a bunch of my t-shirts with Magic Johnson and LL Cool J.
Yeah, in Italy, right?
On vacation with, and he got me, he basically got me a deal with LL Cool J, a licensing deal where I'm designing my own brand with Rock the Bells. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy communicating and being friends and just working with Samuel. It's pretty awesome. It's super genuine, man. It's super.
Yeah.
Samuel's a super cool, super dope dude.
And what's crazy is that's all that started from just an IG DM. So like, I guess like the lesson is shoot your shot, and you never know, right?
Yep. It was super late at night too, and I was just like, hey, who knows? It'd be sick. And so, sure enough, he hit me back, started following me, and we've been talking for the past 2 years, and he's been super inspiring and helpful, always giving me advice and everything. It's awesome. And then linking me up with LL Cool J has been awesome too, cause I'm up with his music. So it's sick, man. It's pretty dope. It's crazy how things work.
I love to hear it, man. I want to talk more about your art. So your art seems to be influenced by, I guess, a lot of pop culture. There's some you had some art that's based on Star Trek, Batman. Was this something that you that was like just coming from the heart? Like what caused you to be influenced by pop culture? Something you've always been interested in?
Basically, the 2 dots on my signature represent a skateboard. So I used to do skateboarding. I used to skateboard film, hang out with a lot of big skateboarders, skateboard companies, skate shops, everything. And basically what inspired my artwork is skateboarding, and then hanging out with all these owners, these company owners. Like I used to hang out with, it was Jonas. He used to own LRG, but he passed away, unfortunately. And he was super inspiring to starting my own brand, designing stuff, creating art on clothing, like shoes and everything, and starting my own brand. But being in the whole skate industry and hanging out with these like other big top guys that were in the streetwear market, in the business, and going to trade shows. I like working with kids too, so it's like super colorful, positive. Like it just, between skateboarding, going to trade shows, hanging out with a lot of skateboarders, filming, that inspired a lot of my artwork. And then working with kids and people who are in need and stuff, that makes me feel really good. And my work's super positive, so it all ties together. I love the use of colors and patterns and crazy concoctions, man. I love it. And so that's kind of what inspired my whole work and what I'm doing now.
No, I love it, man. I love the art that you're doing. This has been a great conversation. I've learned a lot from you. Can you tell the people where they can find you and what's next for you?
Basically, you can find me on Instagram. I am Jay Pierce. You can find my NFT collection called Jay Pierce and Friends. You can check out my website, artbyjpierce.com. And then my Twitter handles are @IamJPierce, and then also Jay Pierce and Friends NFT. So you can check out all my social medias and everything. But I don't know, man. Personally, what's next? Well, there's a lot of things. I'm working on the Rock the Bells line. I'm doing a bunch of custom shoes for a lot of different celebrities and athletes and different people. I just threw my first NFT private party, sold out private party that my wife threw together. She put in everything, killed it. She helped me out. She's been with me since day one, since I was doing art walks. So it's been pretty awesome. We just threw a big sold out party. But the next big thing that's coming up next is my new Jay Pierce Zombie Apocalypse. It's going to be 10,000 exclusive hand-created zombie characters based off of my first character collection that I first started with. It's going to be a zombie rendition of all my crazy characters. So that's the next big thing. And then another big thing, and then just working with LL Cool J, and then working with Rick Ross. I just did some paintings for his new house in Miami. There's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. A lot of low-key stuff happening right now that I'm waiting on the approval and everything. But yeah, man,
I love it. A lot. No, I love it, man. I appreciate that. We're gonna make sure to follow Jay Pierce, and congrats on all the success, man. I'm excited to see you take off, and looking forward to some of your more of your artwork.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me, dude. This was awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Take it easy, brother.
Yeah, you too, man. Take care, brother.
All right, bye.
Late.
So cool.
What's up, guys? Yeah, that was cool, huh?
Well, his setup, I've never seen anything like that. He clearly lives and breathes that art.
Dude, just his car. He's obviously a huge fan. I mean, honestly, it's pretty smart making his art all over his car, because it's a walking advertising. It's a driving advertising. Everyone probably stops and asks him questions, and he can tell them about their art.
Yeah, it's actually really smart. I think NASCAR's been doing that for years. Really,
Exactly.
really smart work. Well, speaking of NFTs, there's no secret that they can be very polarizing to people excited for them and others who are, well, not. So today we've got the niftiest, JT Fales, here with 3 ways NFTs have proven their value. Excited to check this out.
Here are 3 ways that NFTs have proven their value as a technology. First, they've shown that people value digital scarcity. When NFTs burst onto the scene in 2021, some questioned whether people would understand and actually value the sort of artificial scarcity that NFTs enable. While booming NFT marketplaces like OpenSea, which is having billions of dollars in NFT sales per month, have shown that people do understand and value the scarcity that NFTs provide. Second, they've created entirely new revenue models for creators. By allowing creators to collect a share of all resales of their work, which we call royalties, NFTs have created a new economic model for creators that provides long-term income from the same works they've already been creating. Third, they've created a direct connection between buyers and sellers. Because of the transparency of blockchain networks, creators can sell their wares directly to consumers with no need to go through an intermediary seller or marketplace. This allows creators to bypass traditional middlemen such as publishers and ticketing companies that act as gatekeepers and reduce creators' margins. Now, just because NFTs have proven themselves as a technology does not mean that any NFT is a good investment. This is still a nascent technology, and any NFT that you may buy still has the possibility of losing all of its value. So keep that in mind as you go out there and check out NFTs.
There we go.
Yeah, him having like those three utilities, especially that last clip, like it made me think of this like NFTs and the utility of it, right? Truly being like the future of business models.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Exactly. Like I think creators have been at the front, as he mentioned, at the front of like leading this charge with using NFTs and the technology. And they're able to diversify their revenue and cut out some of the old areas that would take from their pockets of revenue. So watch for creators, especially like musicians, and how they use that technology in the future, because I think that's going to be really, really huge and possibly a tipping point.
To me, the best part is the royalties part, right? Like when you sell your art, now you can still get a cut for any sales afterwards. And to me, that could be like the best thing. You know, if you become an artist that becomes valuable for decades, every time your art is sold, you get a cut of that instead of just getting the initial price for your art. So to me, that's like the best part for creators and artists.
Yes. All right, folks. Let's get into our quick pick stories where we talk a little bit about what's going on in current events. We have Nicole going up first.
Yes. So the SEC doubles staff to crack down on crypto fraud. There are 20 additional positions open in the Securities and Exchange Commission's newly renamed Crypto Assets and Cyber Unit to protect investors in crypto markets from cyber-related threats. With these additions, the unit grows to 50 dedicated employees working on what is the biggest hurdle to overcome in crypto? Cyber fraud. For anyone interested in reaching that mass adoption of crypto, this feels like a critical step in the right direction. But the SEC's announcement was a little odd. The SEC not only has eyes on cryptocurrency exchanges and coin offerings, but also noted that they have oversight of NFTs, DeFi platforms, and stablecoins. So there seemed to be a ton of language around what they have oversight of, and not necessarily getting into the specifics of the nuances to combat the different types of fraud. The SEC's division has enforced 80 actions related to fraud and unregistered crypto asset offerings, resulting in relief clocking in at around $2 billion. But according to Chainalysis, cryptocurrency crimes are growing a lot faster than that. In 2021, it was a record-breaking year for cryptocurrency crime, with scammers raking in $14 billion worth of crypto, and that's nearly double the $7.8 billion taken by scammers in 2020. The good news is increases in crypto usage far outpace the growth of illegal use. So in that perspective, illicit activity share of cryptocurrency transaction volume has actually never been lower. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I kind of sit in the middle with this one. We need extra, regulatory eyes on this thing to get to that level of mass adoption. But I also don't want to, stifle innovation in the space. So that's.
That last point you mentioned, Nicole, is so crucial to me. By volume, we're not seeing a huge jump in fraud, because people love to point out like, oh, another scam happened. But if you don't look at it by volume and actually see what's going on as far as innovation and people adopting, then you're kind of skewing the data a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like obviously there's scams everywhere, but as a percentage, crypto is not any different than any other industry when it comes to scams and wrongdoings. But you're right, Nicole. I think I'm not sure how the industry is going to react to this with the SEC doubling down on this stuff, because I know that the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong. I think there was a while back, maybe 6 months ago, he started like taking jabs at the SEC. Mm-hmm. So obviously they're not, you know, I wonder how they're going to react to this news, but you know, we'll see. All right, guys, I have an interesting story. Starbucks is giving raises to non-union workers only. Yeah,
like
yeah, that's yeah. So here's how it goes. So Howard Shultz, the CEO, the new kind of part-time, I don't know, he's back as CEO. He used to be CEO before. He's back, and he's improving benefits and pay for Starbucks workers, except he's only doing that for non-union workers. Non-union workers are going to get more pay, more training, and the union workers aren't going to do that because I guess there's some law that requires union workers to negotiate with Starbucks separately. To be honest, I don't really know the details and how all that stuff works. I'm still learning that. But I guess Howard Shultz was committed to addressing the union issue, and this is how he's doing it.
Can we all say that Howard Schultz is a beast? That's a bold move. Like, imagine the contention in a workplace if someone's in a union or not, and someone gets a little bit higher pay. Like, that is a bold move. Very bold.
Seems like just chaos about to happen. Seems like trouble. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the most. It doesn't seem like the brightest idea, especially given the part where Starbucks employees wanted to unionize to begin with, to be able to have more benefits, to be able to protect themselves, right? And so you're almost punishing them, the ones that want to unionize, by giving more benefits to the ones that don't unionize. You're literally like playing favorites, and it's like.
I think he's hoping that by doing this, no other location is going to unionize, and so I wonder if it works.
Yeah, I think he's asking for drama, more headlines.
Yes. Well, let's get to the last and final headline. So Lewis Hamilton just broke an F1 record, and it wasn't on the racetrack. It was actually with the trading card. So the legendary Formula One driver, Lewis Hamilton, had a one-of-one Superfractor trading card of himself, obviously, sell for $900,000 by Golden Auctions, and it set an all-time record for any F1 card. And he's won 103 races in his career. But the bigger story to me here might be about sports collectibles and the market. So Market Decipher, a market research firm, published their latest report on collectibles and the NFT market, and they estimated that the global collectibles market is about $412 billion. Yes, billion, and they're forecasting it to reach $692 billion by 2032, with the fastest growing sectors including sports memorabilia, NFTs, and toy collectibles. And not the only ones that are noticing this. Fanatics, which is a global sports retailer, merchandiser, they purchased a trading card company called Topps for reportedly north of $500 million. And according to TechCrunch, Fanatics revealed that the NFL was their single biggest investor in their latest round. They raised about $1.5 billion at a whopping $27 billion valuation, which closed last month. And there's reportedly someone looking to sell, one of these F1 Lewis Hamilton cards for $2 million, guys. So it's a kind of a crazy market. It's something to kind of watch.
Yeah, I feel like I started hearing about trading cards like 2 years ago, like before the pandemic. Everyone was talking about trading cards and basketball trading cards. I even bought one myself, thinking that I was going to become rich one day because of it. It hasn't really worked out. I feel like NFTs was the actual gold mine. But yeah, F1, Lewis Hamilton considered the GOAT by many. I guess his card's worth $900,000. I didn't even know they had trading cards, to be honest. I know. And I'm an F1 fan. I actually really like it. I started getting into F1 last year, and I'm like really, really into it now.
Yeah, I watched the Netflix documentary. That's all I've watched as far as F1 is those a couple seasons of the Netflix documentary, which is actually really good. But yeah, I haven't bought a trading card, but I'm actually going to look into it just to see. Like, I want to buy some, maybe the younger rookies, like you said, to see if like it kind of blows up.
That's exactly what I did. I bought some potentially breakout rookies, and hasn't really worked out for me. But by the way, there's an F1 race in Miami this weekend. So originally I wanted to go. But the tickets were so expensive because this is an international event, so you have people coming from all over the world, and your boy's not balling like that. So I had to I'll go to the race in Austin maybe.
I like that.
Wow. I don't know much about this sector of the world, but what I do know is that I think NFTs might be taking over the world. So they are everywhere, and it just more use cases for this. So this is awesome. Can't wait to see it in revive Pokemon maybe one day. That'd be great. Anyways, all right, that does it for our show today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow.
What's up?
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to tune in tomorrow.